Alright, hello everyone, it's mysticjuicer back with some more Yomi action, and this time it is grand finals for the Not Dead Yet tournament, with me on the winner side versus Bob199 on loser side, Trock versus Persephone, bringing out the mistress of tournament, or the mistress of torment. We'll see if she's the mistress of the tournament after this goes down. Okay, so open up throw, get immediately mistress commanded. Not a great opener for me, but this hand is not too terribly bad unless he has double ace in hand. If he's got double ace in hand, then he gets rid of my... Oh, sorry, never mind. Yeah, that's right. If he has double ace in hand, he gets rid of my block, and then he just punishes me for it. Instead, he's going to War Stomp, counter. So he's going to War Stomp himself to the ground so that he can counter it, so that he can deal 10 damage. Not sure if this technology is worth it. He's going very low on hand size, so he desperately wants to get the loop going. So he is going to be able to, he's still got Mistress Command going here. He's going to choose combat option, so I think that's, is that a 10 or was that another king? Okay, no, it was a dodge, so getting rid of dodges. He's pulled a ton of dodges on that barrier soul. Pretty gross. Single ace back, 4-card hand. So I definitely cannot allow him to knock me down on this next turn. I have to make sure that I do not allow him to knock. If I can do that, then I'm in a pretty good position to be playing kind of a control game. So I'm going to play something fairly risky. I'm going to open up with a throw, not the king. Yeah, so he counters the played against the king throw. It's unlikely he's going to be able to knock down here. So I'm pretty happy with that. So the only way I could have gotten out of that, since he knew my hand, is played either the jack or the queen. Wow, that's the third barrier soul. That is gross and pulls a lot of good stuff. The jack and the queen are very important. Pulling all of my pokes. And gets the throw. Again, it's only one knockdown. Very likely to get barrier soul again. I would be incredibly surprised. Yeah. Would have been incredibly surprised if he did not. Finds that. Immediately barrier soul again, I suspect. Gives me the 3. Okay, I've got another 3 in hand, so I can start. I can put myself out of this, but not before I lose jack, queen, queen. Okay. Leaves the jack in there because he's got to have 3 cards. Spot. If wake up throw doesn't work once, just do it again. Is that the plan? So the tricky thing in this matchup is, yeah, so rule number 1 against Persephone is don't let her loop you. Don't let your vortex be vortex. Don't let her get 2 knockdowns in a row if you can absolutely help it. The other thing you've got to watch out as Trock is running out of dodges because running out of blocks because your blocks don't stick around. It means that every time, even if you successfully block, you're losing that card basically on a permanent basis. Okay, another goes for the raw mistress command play. Pretty bold. Does not pay off for him this time, thankfully. He's on still kind of a limited hand size. His barrier souls are all in the discard, so we can start to play our game here. Nice, another face card, but the barrier souls are not gone. A lot of throws. He played single ace. I am expecting possibly another single ace. Possibly a, not rapid lashes, but the big one. Yeah, power lash, knockdown. Deny that. Knows we have Jack, Queen, King in hand from that turn 1 Mistress's command. I believe all 3 of those cards were in my hand at the beginning of the set. What he can try to do is just play Power Lash, single ace, that kind of stuff. Ooh, get him with the footsies. It's going to be a tremendous amount of damage. As if we hit him with 6, 7, 8. It's 21. Get that single ace. Get the life lead. We feel fantastic about ourselves and our life choices. Still playing around King. That's the thing I'm particularly afraid of. He's just playing around throw now. Not want to get throw looped. Protects himself with the 2, but again, doesn't make much progress towards his win condition. Got another straight. Try to hit with 6, 7, 8. That is incredibly unlikely to hit. Yeah, the things he is playing around are Queen, King, and Jack. Those are his main concerns. Play Queen. Four cards in hand. Get him ever closer to his other aces. Okay, single ace in hand. Confirmed. Question is, will he immediately play it? He's been pretty liberal with his aces. Okay, goes for double ace. That's actually not as bad, actually. It would have been way worse to lose to single ace from that position, I believe. Gets the knockdown. He gets 1 card back. It's not great. Okay, there we go. Activates the loop, so he's now got double ace threat. So his plays from this position are he can double ace, which is the fastest attack in the matchup. He can cross up into double ace for knockdown to continue the loop. He can throw into double ace for knockdown and draw 4 cards. Or he can just dodge into single ace. Okay, goes for the combo into double ace, so we've got the Joker to get out of that. Play that. Okay, not combo into anything else. Suspects the Joker and gets the knockdown. Pull back 4 cards. Not a great position for us to be in. Playing a little bit fast and loose here in the early stages of this set because I am on the winner's side. So if I do lose this first to 4, he still has to win another first to 4. So I'm taking the opportunity to feel him out. Or at least that's what it seems like in retrospect. It could be that I was just really nervous and trying to feel myself, going for those Mike Ross plays. Gets Bury Your Soul. In the late game against Persephone as well, if you're denied too many dodges, you will just have no answer to repeated ace-ace spam. It's the dominant attack. If you don't have the dodges, you just can't get around it. If you block, still take a fair amount of chip damage. We can play for Beast Unleashed. Got the 2 8s we can power up. Trying to figure out how he's going to play this. Again, goes for some kind of cross-up attempt. We've now got him below 45. Immediate power up of those 8s, yeah. No reason not to. Protects a dodge, which was attached there. And we have a dodge in hand. It's raw Beast Unleashed or dodge into Beast Unleashed is the game plan. And I expected him to expect me to play very, very safe, as I typically do. Luckily, he went for the throw and got caught. Got caught in the Dr. Dre mix-up. Takes 45, and we steal game 1. Definitely a commanding start. Or that game was very much in his kind of momentum, especially as it progressed. I mean, first turn Mistress Command is not great. But again, sometimes you just have to play into Mistress's Command. The game. You can't hide from it forever. Okay, go immediate first turn dodge. So he is expecting. Not sure exactly what that's supposed to do. It could be that he just has a hand that loses to king throw. Okay, Barrier Soul is not all that great. It gets 2 8s, which is not great for us, but we don't lose any important dodges. We don't lose any face cards. We don't lose aces there. It's fine. We're going to be dodging a Power Lash. Damage, knockdown, gets his 10 back. I'm not sure exactly why Bob went for Persephone in this finals as an opener. He's got to expect either Troc or Onimaru, and I don't think that Persephone does all that well against either of them, to be honest. Maybe there's some technology that I just don't know about. But I don't know. It remains to be seen. I mean, certainly the first game was fairly even all around, so not a bad argument for Persephone as a pick. See if he has the counter here to try to make this an even exchange. He does not. And we take a nice commanding life lead. Aim of the game for Persephone is to basically win at like 2 hit points. Doesn't matter how much damage she takes in the early game, so long as she is losing in such a way that you lose options, then she will be probably pretty satisfied with that. Difficult to run Troc out of options, though. Again, blocks are his least plentiful resource, but that puts you in a position where you are always risking ace-ace, and he is only ever risking a block. Wow, started off with 2 aces in hand, so probably first turn dodge was an attempt to go into Mistress's Command. Gets the jack back. Gives me knocked down. So unlikely he's going to be able to knock down off of anything except raw throw here. I have to think about whether I want to play into throw or just play around Power Lash. I'm going to play around Power Lash. Yeah. Luckily, we guessed correctly. We avoid 10 damage. We prevent the loop. Got 2 aces in his discard. She's got to dig out by either knocking us down or powering up one of his few cards out of the 5 cards. Got plenty of dodges, 1 attached block, so we're doing okay on that. I think I could probably go in with a throw here. Given that he played the Power Lash, gives me an indicator that he's probably not got any other good attack options. Yeah, and the 6 block there, I think, is a pretty good indicator. He's definitely playing around like queens and jacks a lot right now, which unfortunately for him I don't have any. Unfortunately for me I don't have any, because I'd dearly love to have some on the next knockdown. Okay, turns that 6 around. Turns my smile upside down. 6, probably going to be 6 into nothing here. Yeah. Just builds a little bit of a hand, sitting back at 7 cards. Probably means that he has all the options he needs. We have 6, 7, 8 as a straight. We could try to land that. he's willing to go for throws, is gonna yeah, it's gonna make us seem incredibly smart, prescient almost. Okay, so that's gonna discourage me from going into ace-ace. This way, at least, I get the third ace online. Still need to get another block off. But hey, 3 aces in hand is pretty good. Don't even really need Beast Unleashed from this position. Not sure what the dodge is meant to go for, really. I guess just deal 20. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't know that I really needed to follow that up. It was pretty unlikely that he would have the second Joker so quickly. So I'm not too mad at it. Would have put him at 25. It does mean, I mean, might have been better just to spend the king and hold on to the aces, try to activate those. Got two Jokers now, though. It's not bad. Not sure why I'm considering going for knockdown. Maybe just to cycle some more options into my hand. Although I've got king, you know, I've got king and block. What other options? What other options do I really need? I think just going for block on the 6 is fine. Okay, get knocked down for it. Gold Burst is also a nice option here. Especially since I have the other Joker to get around possible Mistress's dodge into Mistress's command. He did not pick up an ace from his discard. Oh, he'd already powered up for it. Okay, so he's got 2 known aces in his discard. Safest thing we can do is block with the 7 and Joker any follow-up. Hypest thing we can do is Gold Burst. Gold Burst is pretty smart too. Yeah, okay, no, that's fine too. So that activates the potential for Beast Unleashed. He's at that magic number, so that's fine too. We played pretty aggressively into on your knees setups in the first game, so that might give him a sense that we're just a crazy person. Do it. Definitely need to be finding another 7, another 10, or another king. Knockdown here. Gives him another opportunity to go for on your knees pressure. Not the position I want to be in. Yeah, retrieves single ace. Powers up 2 9s, gets the other ace. Again, has Mistress Command pressure. Or sorry, has on your knees pressure as the dominant attack speed. 7 block, or yeah, block with gold burst backing or blue burst backing is still the safest thing to do. Luckily, we don't need that, so we've still got concealed, 2 concealed Jokers. We do not hold on to that block. Now you can see the. We ever are knocked down with no blocks in hand. The only option we have is gold burst to on your knees, which isn't great. We'll hold on to that 10 for as long as possible because I need it as a dot. Get lit up with queen. No, don't do it. There's no reason to spend it except as a dot. Putting him down to 4 cards is meaningless. So we got the throw. Might actually follow this up with 5. Nah, the knockdown is probably. Yeah, 35, and now we can potentially just spend the Eagle Totem rather than having to save up for Beast Unleashed. If we're cheeky here, we can just gold bursting is probably fine. Yeah, I kind of like gold bursting more. I do have to put a Joker behind this. It does have Jack. Combo into a lot of damage. Actually lethal there. Okay, so now we've got the mix-up again. He spent both of his Jokers. Going to pick up aces. Now the threat is, will he throw or will he double ace? Because the threat on my side is, will he dodge, or does he have a dodge, or will he be stun-lead? Last game I did it raw. Opens up the mind game of, will I do it raw again, or will I go back to standard? Yeah. Then he calls me out for playing to the dodge. Joker follows up with on your knees anyway, trying to go for lethal. Joker lethal. Find a block, thank goodness. Just in case he goes for a loop here. Single ace back. That is the only ace I know of in his hand. Yeah, immediate power up. Other ace. So now, again, the question is, of the 3 mystery cards he has in hand, are any of them a... Is he going to go for cross up? Or is he going to dodge into something? Just goes for it raw. And gets me one. It was one turn late. One turn late with the Beast Unleashed. Nice lead on Bob. So even match. Or even set so far. You can fool me once. Yeah, good call. Good call. Yeah, I like going for the throw from that last position. It was really, really brave. He just made a call on the fact that, okay, you raw Beast Unleashed me, kudos to you, but I don't think you're going to do that twice in a row. So I really should have done it twice in a row. So I went back to character select just to think about what I wanted to do, but felt like those games were pretty good. I didn't feel particularly uncomfortable in the matchup thus far, so no reason to switch out. Won the first game, and the second game was very winnable, so no reason to make any different choices here. Rock is still the answer to this set so far. Much better hand already in this early game. We've got jacks, we've got kings, we've got single block. Okay, we got the tie. Nice trade for us. Up a considerable amount of health, 30 in all, essentially. Double ace in hand. Okay, got some chip. Builds a bit more of a hand. The jacks are a little... No, actually, no. The jacks aren't all that risky. I think... well, they're risky if he has single ace in hand. Since single ace is 3.0 speed and jacks are 3.4. But no reason... they still beat Power Lash, which is 4.0 speed. I don't mind too much. I suppose I have a hand that's kind of nice and I would want to keep it together, but in terms of him getting Mistress Command off and then being able to deny some options. But it's not terrible if he gets Mistress Command off. Hits me with the 6, but this is unlikely to lead into much. 15 damage, not too bad. And he's already at 45. I'm Joker, which is nice. That's early enough that he probably doesn't expect us to have. Turns out we did not have another king. We had something better than that, something that deals 5 more damage. At 25 already. 50 hit point life lead, pretty good. Pretty good, I would say. Gets double ace in hand. He's gotten his way to the cards he needs. Now the only thing is he needs to win the combats that he needs to win. Question is, do I block ace-ace or do I throw his throw? And I unfortunately block his throw. Doesn't want to lead into ace-ace because he doesn't have the tools he needs to stand back up. Or to keep the vortex going if he plays it. He only gets the 1 card back this time. So now the pressure is on him. What does he want to do? How does he want to get this next knock? So I'm just going to play around normals and throws into ace-ace, so we stand back up. His hit points are very, very low. We don't have dodge into lethal, but we have dodge into knockdown. Set up king. Could also block to make normal throw into 5 lethal. Okay, get thrown again for our troubles. Again, he probably cannot follow this up with ace-ace. Even if he does, any stray combat win. Chooses not to follow up. It's a card back. Has not found his 10s yet, I believe. Doesn't have the barrier soul. Isn't able to get that more advantageous position. No blocks at all. Okay, there we go. Found a block. Safest thing we can do is 8 block and Joker behind it. Fanciest thing we can do is just throw that Joker out there and get around these aces. So with 63 hit points to his 16, all I'm really looking for is a way to end the game. And ace-ace ends the game, either as a dodge follow-up or just as a roll. Okay, respects the ace-ace. Also implies he doesn't have a queen he needs to punish it. Now he has ace-ace on deck. We have lethal off of normal throw into 8. We have all 3 aces. So we can ace-ace and then power up the 2 5s and then ace-ace again. Yep. Plays it honest. Gonna get knocked down. 1 card off of this knockdown. Single ace back. Now I do have to be a little bit worried about dodge into Mistress's command. He does win that combat. Will win the game. Most likely. Throw into 8 is less likely. Go for that instead. He plays the queen to cover both options. Gets me with 9. Now I don't have lethal off of. Does not know that. Block the dodge, because again, he's giving the ace-ace a lot of respect. Fishing for, like, there's very few things that kill him off of a throw. Even king throw just puts him at 1 and not knocked down. Only have 1 ace, please don't AA me. So again, is king throw or ace-ace? Okay, luckily we we avoided the mistress's command. Put him at 1. Got the other king if we want to play it. Really a question of how desperate he's feeling right now. Is he willing to risk it all? Play raw ace. Or is he content to keep dodging it? Keep trying to dodge into it. Okay, gets second ace in hand, so now he's got the dominant attack. Has been pretty aggressive with his ace play so far. He may feel like he's got me cowed into pushing no buttons. It's a matter of whether we want to respect that or not. Luckily, we choose the right moment to be disrespectful and close things out with ace. Okay. Tough matches so far. Made a lot of progress on that life lead that I had. But we're up 2-1 at the end of it. So it remains to be seen if he wants to how he felt about those matches. It goes for the Vendetta counterpick. Or yeah, counterpicks with Vendetta. Also an interesting choice. I'm fairly on record as saying that I think this matchup is fine for all of the grapplers. Animus, really, really strong. Vendetta player has, said in the past that Vendetta versus Rook is one of the best matchups for Vendetta in the game. Which my reply is, if that one feels fine for Rook, then that's pretty bad. And Trog just has a lot of options against Vendetta that Rook doesn't. He's got, armored jacks. All of his face cards make a mockery of Vendetta's 2 pressure. He's got good throws. Got a lot of hit points you got to go through. He's got a 1.0 speed double ace that deals 20, so it trades very nicely against king attack on knockdown for Vendetta. Yeah, it's just a pretty good scene all around. Okay. It's like he's not going to let me get away with more throw loops here. Puts me on the ground with the 3 poke, or the 7 poke, I should say. 3.0 speed. Now the question is he going to king throw us? Okay, goes for the obvious 7. Yeah, absolutely bamboozled. So I was expecting a 2 poke there. Lead into some good damage. I'm hoping this means he doesn't have the king. That this bull charge will work out nicely. There we go. Undercut the 5 entirely. 10 damage to nothing. Has to spend an acrobatics to avoid going sub 50. And I'll just sit back and block this one. I don't think he's feeling particularly comfortable enough to be aggressive with a throw from this position, especially since I've been aggressive in the opening, so I'm hoping just to catch an anti-throw poke. Here we go. Jack. That is nice for us as well. So he's attacked with a 5, he's attacked with a 7, which is returned to his hand. He's thrown out a jack. So he's probably not working with a ton of good options. Just put bull charge out there. We don't have any throws. We could go to blocking, see if he wants to play some attacks into us. Instead, we're going to feed him some cards. This can get dangerous. Vendetta can deal a lot of damage off of a combat win if he's got the right cards in hand. Hold on to the queens for when we're down. They beat both sides of King mix-up clean. Now we've got our Beast Unleashed requirements online. Sitting in a comfortable position here. We've got a fairly good life lead. 80 to 60. Nothing insurmountable, for sure. And Vendetta has an 11-card hand. But we're still in a reasonably comfortable. We go for a wild Haymaker here with the 8 attack. 8 attack into ace-ace. Possible it pays. Pretty low likelihood though, so might as well just go for the throw instead. Get hit with the 3, and this could lead into some. No face down at all. See what his max damage is here. 3 queen into same 3 into 7. 22 and knockdown. Not terrible. Not a game-changing amount of damage. Got a lot of 10s in hand. Question is if we want to risk getting hit with kings. Play the queen anyway. Hedge against a whole bunch of different aggressive options. Bob has not really been pushing the dodge button all that much. We luck into Beast Unleashed here. No way we play it raw because he can just... I'm a little surprised in playing that as a combat option. No way we play it raw because acrobatics just means we lose. Force and acrobatics. Now you can definitely see from this position though what I'm talking about, what I talked about in that early game. I think it might have been in the other video actually against Three-Headed Monkey, where Trock has 2 attached blocks and 2 aces in the discard, so you know Beast Unleashed is a thing. And he's played a fair amount of queens and jacks. Just putting pokes out there because he doesn't get all that much mileage off of whatever queens or kings that he does draw. He doesn't get any mileage off of blocking. He doesn't really get any mileage off of dodging either. In terms of like tremendous amounts of damage. That was a combat loss, but he paid for it with 9 hit points. It's not the end of the world. What I'm going to have to do is start using these dodges as successful dodges. So this is a really big mistake. I luck into another dodge, but it would have been way better to just hang on. So what are my options right now? I can try to go for a cross-up that he has no reason to allow me to get. Or I can spend another dodge. Okay, so we managed to get a gold burst out of that. That's pretty great. And we are going to get 10 damage and knockdown off of this. Wow, okay, so gold burst and an acrobatics. That's 3 of his acrobatics gone. But again, he has no reason to let us in. We are slowly getting constrained options. Even this 2-poke. I won combat, but I get to draw into another card that probably isn't going to be all that much good. Unless it's a king or a queen or a jack, it doesn't really do anything for me. Dodges are okay. Because the fewer offensive options I have, the more successful, the more I'm going to need to rely on dodges to be able to push off Vendetta. Okay, go for the dodge. Get around queen, so he's playing around king as best he can. Cash this out for 10. Knockdown. We need 3 more wins, and we've only got 2 dodges in here. You can see how painful that War Stomp was already. If we had it in hand, then we would have had exactly as many dodges as we needed to close things out. I really should continue to dodge. There's no reason for him to let me in with anything else. But I know that the more dodges I spend now, the fewer I'm going to have. I'm really counting on the fact that I'm going to be rescued by drawing into air of some kind that I can turn into pieces. I mean, it looks like I'm in a very comfortable lead, but I'm rapidly running out of options to be able to. Okay, that's really, really good. And if I play one of those as War Stomp, I'm quitting Yomi forever. Okay, good. There we go. It's like, oh my god, why? What are you doing? Okay, we get the successful dodge off. Then we can dodge into 10. 8 damage away. Okay, so we have just enough cards. Close this out. I should probably play that Jack as a combat card. Yeah, and definitely attack, yeah, slow side. So unfortunate, I could have won the game there. But Jacks are less plentiful than other stuff that we can dodge into for. So unfortunate that it gives him an opportunity to get back in the game. But hey, I think it was still the best possible choice to make. So now that he spent that, we can consider playing the king. He has played all but 1/2 though. So honestly, I think it's better just to dodge. The king seems tempting because it hedges against throw, but he has not thrown yet. I think he's thrown once so far this set, yeah. I would have won off the dodge if he didn't have another joker. He gets to clean this out unless he has absolutely no follow-up. I'm very surprised if he did not. Face down the ace because it really doesn't matter. Okay. Lets us live. Now he potentially has a lethal setup off of acrobatics. So we'll dodge now. Got the successful dodge. Have acrobatics. Might have the joker as well. Something else we've got to. But I've got to go in. There's no way. If I let him live and he has a poke, then just wins the game out right there. So might as well gamble on drawing into something useful. Unfortunately, it is an attack throw. This position. Actually, attacking with it might not be a bad idea. It doesn't end up mattering. Takes the game and evens up the set 2-2. Nicely played, Bob. Clamoring back into a game that was very much looking like a bad spot for him. But yeah, very, very nicely played. So I'm gonna learn from that. I'm gonna take a second to look at the character select menu, but I'm gonna stick with Troc here. There's really no reason not to. What I need to do is just make a small correction in the way that I'm playing. Just playing a little bit slower. We're going in. Aggression. Sticking with Troc. Yeah. No reason to, like, if I switch to another character and then lose that game, then I'm in a really tricky position, psychologically. Then do I have the reserves to be able to go back to Troc? You know, the character I already decided is not my best chance to win. But in a previous part of the set, much better just to stick with it. Like, I think unless you really, really feel like, okay, this player that I'm playing has a much better grasp of this matchup, understands something about the matchup that I don't and that I cannot learn during this set. Unless you feel that way, in which case definitely I think you should switch. But unless you feel that way, really no reason to switch out of a matchup that feels fairly good. Especially, you're playing a character like Troc that you have very, high confidence is a very strong character. You understand the game plan that he's going to pursue, and that you're going to pursue with him. You understand why you lost the game that you just lost and what you could do differently, and feel that those adjustments will be enough to do what you need to with them, then no reason to swap out. Okay, he's got me in the loop here. Lets me stand temporarily there, trying to go for the dodge to try to bait out a queen or a jack. Well, no, actually, a jack, or a queen specifically. Jack does not beat the attack side of king. A lot of damage on the table so far. With the Joker as backup, I'm probably going to stand up with the 4 or with the 8. Oh, okay. I'm really surprised I didn't make up 4 attack. Because I blocked on the last turn, the safe kind of assumption is to say, oh, he doesn't actually have anything that beats both sides of king, and therefore he's going to try to out-patience me with his higher hit points. Catches me attacking there. Reason for him not to spend the king. Not sure exactly why I face down there. That was kind of a weird choice. We're not doing too great in this match so far. Okay, could have played the king, but was he had played his own king so consistently that I didn't really want to risk him throwing me again and winning the pro clash. Just went for Joker wake up instead. Forces the acrobatics to prevent aces. It's not too bad. Went for the gutsy king throw again. That's like a 15 speed king throw. Or maybe it was, yeah, maybe it's accurate. Maybe it is. Playing king throw into that post acrobatics turn is usually kind of risky. Just because Vendetta's pokes are slower and therefore more likely to win against king. But I wanted to prevent him from blocking. Luckily, caught him king throwing instead. Got 2 attached blocks. Don't have as many aces as we really want. Got 10s, but they're not going to do us much good. That is going to build. Keep those as dodges. And I want to run into the same issue we had last time. Now he's playing that game. Okay, you've got 2 attached blocks to start poking you. To start poking you because you win with jacks and queens. It's not going to hurt all that much. Still got the life lead. Still in a good spot. Yeah, going for the block because I really don't have any queens or jacks. It's kind of the safest thing that I can do. Wake up throw would have won, but my god, if you wake up throw Vendetta, you are some kind of crazy person. My hat's off to you. I'm getting rid of the dodges there just because I feel like having Beast Unleashed is more valuable. I'm hoping that he goes for a throw again because he has very consistently kind of thrown as soon as Beast Unleashed is on the table. Instead, he goes for the 5 poke, hoping to catch Beast Unleashed raw. Instead, catches a very weird 8, which I'm sure he's asking himself questions about. The 5 attack gives me an indicator that he either has acrobatics on deck or he has Joker in hand. single ace. 22 hit points means a lot can kill me. A lot can kill me. Try to block our way up. I'm incredibly happy to see that king attack come out. We're standing. A lot of kings in hand. A lot of damage in hand. He's been pretty consistent with his attack spam. But there's really only one way out of this, which is to successfully dodge into Beast Unleashed. I don't really have the dodges to be able to draw this out. So I'm basically banking on the fact that he hasn't drawn into it. We're about halfway through the deck. He hasn't played one yet, so it's unlikely that he doesn't have it. We have an opportunity to possibly block our way back into it, and luckily he does not, or chooses not to play it. Could be holding on to it because he knows he's got us at 21. Could close something, could close it out with an acrobatics if he has it, or gold burst if he has it. The only thing he's got to be worried about is king, really. Plays the 5 and king, unless he has acrobatics. Chooses not to play acrobatics or doesn't have it, and try to go for lethal. Does have the Joker. I should consider powering up the 6s to posture like I drawn the other 8s, so that I can try to make this king a little bit safer. But we can still play the king this turn. Thankfully, does not have acrobatics, and we close out that game. So 3-2. One more match to take grand finals of the tournament. Got to win 2 to reset the bracket, and then win another first to 4 to be crowned champion. Sticks with a vendetta. So I mean, can't argue with that. He was definitely winning that last game. He hadn't gotten unlucky with jokers and with acrobatics draws. Would definitely have taken that. So maybe the vendetta pick is smarter than I thought. Okay, I was expecting and trying to hedge against a secret king throw on that turn. Just cash out big damage. Got a lot of kings in hand. Okay. Activate as many blocks as we can. Turn on normal throws and our normal strings. Three kings. Awful tempting not to just play them all in a row. Might just be what ends up happening. Yeah, I mean, at this point, come on. Okay. Nail the king throw. Get that nice life lead going. Does he expect immediate second king? Looks like he did not. Thinking hard about whether he wants to acrobatics that. Okay. Still pretty good here. I go for normal block in case he expects, third king in a row. He did not. I think acrobatics is 2 speed slower. Yeah, 2 speed slower. So He tempted fate, gave us the second block. Got the choice of either Bull Charge or Lockhorn Skewer. He's got 10 cards in hand, so it's not inconceivable that he would try to go in more aggression. Okay. Plays the smart 10, sits back, protects himself a little bit. We have not drawn another face card, so we are probably going to go in with the king, or we could try to dodge into something for 10. Got the Joker on deck, so we can play pretty safe. Around the 2. Probably just cash in either a 2 or a 4. I mean, I suppose we could respect it, but yeah, okay. No sense giving him more cycling, I suppose. He could eventually draw into some good cards. Want him to get kings as quickly as possible. Don't want him to find more 8s and other jokes. Okay, pokes us to the ground. Again, he's playing this very poke-heavy style, wants 2 attached block. And while we do have Beast Unleashed online, or at least like reasonably expected to have Beast Unleashed in hand. Very, very early game yet. Powered up at all. Poke out a king. Go. That's what we were hoping to have happen. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to follow this up with. Don't draw into anything. We at least diffuse a king. Stand back up. Still got that 30 hit point lead. Sitting pretty. Card hand. Really only expecting a dodge. Yeah. See what he dodges into here. Triple ace could be difficult, so I'm just going to put a card down just in case. It's just a king. Does get the knockdown. Does have the mix-up threat. Not draw a queen or any aces. Pretty consistently either blocked or attacked. Knockdown. Okay. Managed to block out a dodge. Sorry about that. Okay. Hand's looking pretty robust. We've got tons of dodges. We can start cashing those out. Okay, we get around this 7, which is nice. We are going to get knocked down at the end of this. But we'll bring ourselves that much closer to Vendetta losing all of his hit points. 36, we can start thinking about powering up those 10s for aces. Yeah, I've never actually... I guess it's been a really long time since I played Vendetta with either Troc or Rook. I couldn't remember what the interaction was there. So it turns out that the king or the 7 does still knock down. Well, I'm attacking because I've still got the Joker as backup, so any kind of if that happens, it's not going to be all trouble. Joker on the back of this is at 14 cards in hand, so I can try to bait a bait. Could have gotten away with it if I was down. Getting aces. I'm not definitely not out of the woods. got an okay life lead, but it's one successful dodge and one successful surgical strike away from even. Try to avoid that as much as possible. I was hoping the fact that I'd been having difficulty, or that I hadn't been aggressive on knockdown, would give him the impression that I didn't have a queen, which I don't, and that he would feel safe going for a throw attempt as a result. Luckily, managed to get the read on that one. Dodge, dodge. Still have 3 on deck, that's fine. Starting to get pairs. Yeah, I really think that. Not sure why I'm considering spending them. As, I really don't get anything on. Okay, yeah. Was really hoping that I'd played aggressively enough after the immediate power-ups that safe risking it in neutral. And so that goes, there goes a significant victory condition there. He's got to do 60 damage the honest way with 8 cards in hand. Sven. Got a lot of dodges, and I'm going to spend a lot of them. Dodge into knockdown. Setup. Got another Joker, so I can afford to be a little bit risky if I want to. So go for the bull charge on knockdown. The only thing I'm really worried about encountering is a wake up jack, and that's not damage. I can again, got the Joker as backup there. Doesn't end up paying off, just gets the 3 chip. 3 chip is pretty good though. It's not really relevant here unless it had put him at a 10. I can then kill him with. This is. It doesn't reduce the amount of combat wins I need to get to be able to. Really comfortable position here. Yeah. Neutral king, which I haven't seen all that much the rest of the set. Finally seeing that come out. Irrelevant 8. And try going for the cross up here since I've got the Joker as backup. Just narrowly. If I'd had the 5, it would have worked, and that's crazy. I'm also hoping that that 6 will imply that, like, oh, okay, so now you're out of dodges, finally. And you don't have any queens or jacks left, or kings, so I can start being more aggressive. Hopefully these next dodges will be successful as a 6 into queen, queen, queen. Wow, 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 wow. What a combo. So happily get ourselves away from that. Should probably hold on to the queens unless I've really made sure that all of his kings are gone, because I don't want to be stuck in a position where I don't have an answer for that. Ends up working out anyway. 9 damage, 4 hit points left. 3 kings in the discard, so probably best to hang on to the queen. That position, honestly. Far better just to dodge. Okay, so power up for the single ace just to put the thought of single ace in his mind. But with this kind of a life lead, I think I'm just going to go for the safest possible option. And unless he's got the Joker or an acrobatics here, that is going to be set. Okay. It's the second Joker. Got the knockdown. Don't quite have the chip out victory with the Jack, but I'm just going to play that anyway. And probably the fast side, just to get around Jack. Doesn't end up mattering. There it is. That is game 4, unless he has the acrobatics, and he does not. That's it. Tournament victory. So managed to take grand finals for Not Dead Yet. Very happy with that. My first large-scale tournament win. So really, really, really happy with that. I've got my my current cam over the player cam, but just did a little bit of celebration. Well played, Bob. Very well done. Yeah, feels really good to take the victory. Yes, but yes, Troc is indeed still the dumbest. We ride those. That's right. We ride those straight into first place. Don't care. Don't at me. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you hope the games were good. Hope the commentary was fun to listen to. And I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.